this is Sabina at Cross Keys Crafts. Today's one of those days when I hadn't really planned to record a video because I need to tidy my craft room a little bit. But I found I was procrastinating with other things, and I thought just to get into balance again, I shall actually do some crafting and I will do it on camera. But I want to make it a really short video. So I picked one of my ideas that I scribbled down on my notes on my phone, and this is to make a caterpillar card. I don't know what inspired me. The image I have in my head is I think it's called The Very Hungry Caterpillar, which is a children's book by Eric Carle, and I've known that since I was a child. And this is a sort of a caterpillar image I had in my head. And the other day I realized that, although when I checked it up online it looked actually a bit different, but my idea was to recreate the look of that caterpillar just with circle dies. If you have got a hole punch that is big enough, you can obviously use that. I even thought about getting my normal circle dies out, but then I found this one here, and I think these circles will be big enough. Let me just measure them for you. So these are just 1 inch wide, these circles, but you can create a bigger card with bigger circles. This is just something I have to hand. And I've already found some cardstock in my stash. You can obviously use plain cardstock. You can even use patterned cardstock, but I have got these things here. I was looking for some green and a little bit of red for the head, and these must be gel prints. I'm not even sure. I think this is just normal like Elements ink. I don't even think it's anything else. This one's a very plain one. That's probably something that I took as a second generation print. And then these here have got some gold in them. I think these are just my gold watercolors, so which is basically mica powders. And this one is a Dinkles one. Is it Dinkles? Is it Brushos? Might even be Brushos, although it's very vibrant, so it might be Dinkles after all. And I think because this has got more variation, I will actually use this one here, although this one would be fine. And these are just done on some plain, almost paper, so I think I will use this one with this one. If you haven't got anything like that, you could also quickly create some, obviously with Brushos, Dinkles, or even ink smooshing. So you could just put some ink on like a non-porous surface, just like a sleeve or a laminated sheet, and pick up the ink. So but yeah, I might just as well use these. So I'm just cutting. I think I will be okay with just cutting 9 circles out of this one here. I will protect my die cutting sheet with an extra piece of cardstock underneath, sorry, my die cutting plate, because I don't want this to cut directly into the cardstock. I'm just thinking whether I do 12 actually. I might just do 12, but I do want to save a little bit because I do want to have some cardstock left for a leaf, and I'll show you what I want to do with this. And I will just have to cut one little circle out of this one. I might actually use a circle die and choose a slightly bigger one than this 1 inch one. I quickly do this off camera. I have cut my circles here. As I said, this one is slightly bigger. I think that would be nicer for the head, and I cut that with a stitched circle die just because I had it. And I've also cut my card base. Because my circles are fairly small, I'm going for a 6 by 4 inch. So I cut this from an A by 4 sheet of cardstock, sorry, 8 by 6, and scored it at 4 inches. And I've also, from the other green panels I had, the lighter one, I just cut a mat. So this is 5 3/4 by 3 3/4, and my rather lightweight card here is 3.5 by 5.5, and I think that just will be just enough space to put my caterpillar on. So I think before I align the caterpillar, I would like to create the leaf here for the corner. And all I want to do is basically take my scissors and just cut a leaf out of there. I could cut a leaf out of this corner, it doesn't really matter. The only thing I need to be aware of is that I've really cut this at a right angle. So I'm just thinking, just cutting it like this. And I would like to use my hole punch, bear with me. Although this is a fairly big one, I thought I can use that and put some marks in this as if the caterpillar has already munched into that. I hope you can see that. So that will actually open that. It'll be easier for me to see that there. So I know it's a big bite, but then it's a very hungry caterpillar. So I thought this would be cute. If you've got hole punches of different sizes, you can do that. This one, for example, is a bit pointier than that one, but I don't think it matters. And when it's on the white background, I think this looks really, really nice and cute. But I do not want to align this on this corner. I think it would look good if it actually aligned on this one. I think it gives a bit more dimension to this. So I will quickly glue these panels down. Just using my magic glue for that. Trying to get an even edge on all sides. Just pressing the glue down from behind so it's not lumpy. You can use your bone folder for that if you want to. So, and then placing this in the corner there. Taking a bit of the glue away from that pointy bits. I want some glue on the points, but not that they ooze out. So that it oozes out the glue. So, again, pressing this down, especially here on the edge now. Maybe I needed to put a bit more glue on there actually, so it won't stand up there, but it's fine. And the Dinkles background actually gives a bit of interest there. So I'm now placing the head of the caterpillar down, so I've got an idea where I would like to place him. And then all I'm doing, sorry, this has got a backing from the extra piece of cardstock on the back. All I want to do now is to basically place these over each other. What you could do if you have got a hole punch is to cut a bit out to layer them, but I think I'm happy with just doing it like this. So I'm just placing them down to get an idea. I want the caterpillar to have a little, you can call it a hump, you know what I mean, just go around like this. I might even have enough there, and this one probably has to go on the top afterwards. I might actually start on the back and move my way up to have them in front. Let me just check whether I want that. Yeah, I think I'll start at the back there and work my way up. He might even sit a little bit higher. I think I'll do that. So just normal glue, just like that. I haven't even arranged these in a certain, way. The way the pattern goes is just mix and match. So just overlapping them about halfway. It doesn't really matter. So I shall do this again off camera to keep this video short, and then I come back to show you how we finish the card. So I've stuck my circles down. I actually found another one after I stuck all these down, and I thought it would be nice actually if I came off here and would possibly cut this off. But I had to lift this one up a little bit, put a bit more glue on, and now made a mess of the bottom because I had some excess glue, and when I tried to wipe it away, the ink of the brushes came off, and now I've got a shade here. I tried with my eraser, I've tried with my glue eraser, it won't come off. Never mind, I don't fret about this. What I will do actually is make that a feature, because actually the caterpillar can do with something to stand on. So I think I will just get some pencils out, either my watercolor pencils or my normal colouring pencils, and just put a bit of base on. I could use some ink, like some elements here, which I've got actually here, and use an ink blending brush. I might actually do that now, but you know, you've got quite a few possibilities. So especially as this is already green, if I just ink my brush up just a little bit, just test it here, and just go in underneath and make it a bit of a feature. Really just a little bit there and there. Don't know if the camera picks it up, and all of a sudden it looks like it was meant to be. I'm just fading this out just a little bit, and this is fine now. So all I need to add now is some legs and the face and the antlers, I suppose they're called. I'm just using a Sharpie just because I know I've got some mica powders on here, and if I use a different, like an ordinary brush pen, I don't know whether that would actually hold. This is quite a thick one, but I think I like the bold features. I just want two large eyes, and I'm not fussed whether this actually looks like the original caterpillar. I think I want a mouth. I just go with a smiley one, I think. And just going in like this, really very simple to make it look like a cartoon figure. And for the feet, just going in like this again, just with a little dot at the bottom. Make it 4 just because, even number, and the same here, but I can spread them out a bit as expected because I've got some glue residue there that got a little bit lumpy there, but I think that's fine. And that's all I really wanted. And I'm just going to cut this off here. I'm just thinking, do I cut it off or do I leave it on there? Yeah, what I will do is, I've just ditched my extra circles that I had from when I protected the cutting place. I will just fish that out of my bin, place it behind here, and then after I've stuck this down, I will cut it off. So again, I think I quickly, no, I'll just show you that. So bear with me. So that's what I did basically to protect it. So if I now align this here, mark it with a pencil. Obviously you could cut it from that sort of cardstock, but this is fine because I've got it here. And that will allow for the height difference because I've got obviously 2 layers here. They're thin layers, but it will look a bit neater. And I already know that I will cut this off just a wee bit anyway, but it will look definitely better. So I'm just putting glue on here. Make sure I'm going to all the corners. I will put on glue on here. I won't need the whole circle there, I know that already. So when I'm placing it down, I will put a bit of my scraps underneath so I don't muck up my workspace. Good thing about the magic glue as well, you can move it up around a little bit. So I'm just pressing this down here. Ensure nothing ends up on the back. Now coming from the other side. So, and once this has dried, I'm going to cut that off. I could leave it on if I wanted to, but now I've put some glue in the back, I think I will actually cut it off. But yeah, I think this is really cute. I thought I will use that actually for an invitation to dinner. I think this would be really, really fun. One thing I'm just thinking is, I think he needs some arms. So I think I will just add them here. So maybe coming off from this one here. Bit difficulty on the edge. Yeah, I think this is better. How cute is that? Yeah, I'm really pleased with this. Yeah, and if you like this one too, you might want to give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more of what I'm creating, you might want to subscribe to my channel. I'd be very happy about that. And I'll see you soon with another video.